Wargamers alike, Warpetrie here. This is kind of an interesting video, but this is the first day of my 90-day challenge, and as you can probably tell, I am in my bathroom, and I'm just going to get some of my stuff out that I've been stripping the paint off of with that amazing stuff, Pine Sol, and I just want to show you some of the results that I've been getting from using Pine Sol. And I really do think that it's the best option, at least in my mind, because I've tried the Simple Green, the brake fluid. I've even tried to use, what was it? I've tried so many different things, baking soda, bleach, and everything else. And it's not really working out too well, and I wanted to do like the pressure wash or pressure treatment stuff as well, but that didn't really work. So hopefully this is somewhat in focus because I didn't really set it to anything. But if you've seen some of my towel things before, you know that I've used something like that, acrylic oil-based paint, and but with the Pine Sol, it just comes right off. The only problem with saying that and then try to take this stuff off now is that these are the glue points. If I'm even in the camera anymore, I'll reset it in just a second. But up here is a glue point, so you can see the seam of where the engine meets. And so usually along the glue points, and like right here when I glued things to the side of my the engines, it doesn't really come off very well because the super glue bonds with the glue or the paint, and it won't really get that clean. But all I do is get some hot water going, get an old, really old toothbrush. This is the head to an electric toothbrush. I would highly recommend using an electric toothbrush to do this because it's a little bit easier and you get a lot more motion of the bristles and things. But hopefully it's kind of coming in focus. I'm going to draw off my hands and I'm going to change the focus of the camera so you guys can see what I'm doing. And this is the first day of my 90-day challenge. I'm going to be doing this, and then I'm also going to go head over to Workers Hobbies and go pick up some paint so that way I can repaint some of my towel and get some other stuff. So let me just refocus my camera. Alright, that should be better. Let's see if I have this right about there. Right there's good. Let's see if I have it right there. Yeah, that's pretty much focused then. I can zoom in a bit. There we go. So you can see what I'm doing. And so it's pretty simple. Just let this stuff soak in the bath for a little bit, or in the bath of the Pine Sol, and then just get it, kind of scrub it off, get as much as you can, and then just let it soak for a little longer. All I did, or at least for this one, I found this PDF codex online a couple years ago, and it had a whole bunch of like different rules for tanks and things for the towel. And since I was using it primarily just with my friends, they're okay with me using it, and I was able to put like extra armor on my tanks and stuff. And I never really invested in plasticard, so I used I use index card. It's like paper index card stuff, and that was a really bad idea. If there's any new gamers watching this video, don't use please don't use index card. It's kind of a pain to get off now, and hopefully it'll be alright. I can sand this stuff down, that's not a problem, but it just looked pretty bad, and it was like my first year that I started, so you know, I was pretty rusty at all this stuff. And I've definitely learned some tricks, so it pays to do the right thing first. Of course, you're experimenting if you're new and don't really know exactly what you're doing, and there really isn't that much material out there for people to learn. But that's why we make YouTube videos, that's why there's online forums and everything else, so that's always nice. But that's pretty much all it is. There's plenty of videos on YouTube within the Warhammer community about shipping paint off of models, and I was suggested to use Pine Sol by a subscriber, or at least a viewer, and I can't find that video, at least I don't know which one it is, since I have about 400 videos, I believe. But whoever that was, if you're watching again, big thumbs up to you, and just let me know if that was you, and I'll give you a shout out. I'll try to find the comment in my videos afterwards. So that's pretty much it. So that's done. That's all I can scrape off. Just put my hand in, get something else. This is a old battle suit that I had. The yellow parts are actually old bits that I managed to scramble together and was able to find. Because I bought this guy's Tau army off of him, and they were yellow, and I didn't know how to strip the paint off very well, so I kind of just used the bits on top of the existing stuff I had, and that wasn't really a good idea either. And the paint was kind of thick, but this is looking like it's coming off pretty easily. I'm currently kneeling on my floor because it's the same level with my camera, and trying to keep everything like in focus. So not really getting the best leverage, but as you can tell, that was yellow, so it's starting to come off, and same with this arm, and sorry my hands all over in the frame. I can't really control that too much at this point. I'll get my tripod out later when I'm doing other videos so you guys can see a little bit better, but I think I made a video a little while ago with some of my Tau army, at least some of my battle suits that I've done, and if you see this guy in there, you'll know what he looked like before, and the red paint just really comes off very nicely, which is awesome. So what I'll do, if I'm done with these guys, and I'll probably add a little bit more pine sol to my container, and I'll get a model, show you guys what he looks like, and then afterwards I'll go dump them inside of the solution of the pine sol, just straight pine sol, straight from the bottle, into a container. There's nothing special about this container. It was actually used for like a protein whey shake thing that my dad used when he would work out, and so it's just a regular container, plastic container. And then my other one that I put all my models in that are done is just like an old OxyClean container, nothing too special. And you can buy these little bristles probably from like Costco, if you guys have Costco, or I think it's even called like Safe Club and other places, just like big retail stores, I guess, that has pretty much everything. You can buy these things in like 10 packs, and they're pretty easy. You can get your hand on them, scrub them pretty good, and or pretty well, or however you want to say it. I've been wanting to get a really cheap electric toothbrush from like the market, and you know, like one of those little kid ones that can really just wear and tear and everything, because they don't have to be nice bristles. This is pretty thrashed, and just like a good dry brush, it's has definitely the coverage. So that's all I really do. Maybe for about 30 minutes or so, I'll sit here and I'll scrub away at these and leave them for a day or two. The last batch I had in here, they were in here for like a month. The reviewer that suggested to use the pine sol said that they would melt the models, and I didn't have a problem with that. Some of the models, like the glue points and stuff, came really weak, but that was okay. I have my Dark Eldar in there, and some of the little whips and things broke. Some of the little hair pieces came off when I was really trying to scrub at them. But you know, that happens, and it's nothing terrible. If I really didn't like it, I would buy a new bit, but I think it's fine. It's for tabletop games, not some golden demon thing, and I'm trying to refurbish as best I can. So if I have to buy an extra head or two or something, I'm perfectly okay with that. And plus, with the bits boxes you get, or just the bits you get from extra, from the regular kits, you get just unbelievable with some of the new stuff, at least. So sometimes I wouldn't even have to buy a new arm or whatever, so I'll have extras. So I'm gonna go grab a new victim to add to my little collection. This is the brewing steep of stuff. So I have I'm starting to take off the paint from my tanks. So you can see this one's pretty much done. You just have the pine sol stuff on there. Here's another one. You guys might remember this guy. So some of the paint's coming off. Should be cool. I'm pretty much going to repaint them the same as they were before. This was really bad, but this is probably a good example. But they're going to be the same. They're going to be like a red and white and gray. The uniforms of the fire warriors will be red, and then like the cloth and stuff will be a gray camo, which I think would be really cool. So if I really scrub this in, let's see how much difference. One thing I've noticed while using the pine sol and just with other paint remover techniques is that spray paint primer is really hard to scrub off. For whatever reason, I think it like binds with the plastic material, and it just likes to stick on there, which is great for a primer. But if you're trying to like scrub it off, like this tank part, it really is a tough thing to do. And luckily, I'm able to manage and really able to scrub this stuff off. So you can see the difference already. This whole thing is black, and so is now my brush. So it's really easy to get this stuff off, but you gotta scrub it like, I don't know the word to describe that without being too much of a render to younger audiences, I guess. And the nice thing to use, the nice thing with the pine sol is that it's completely biodegradable, and it's not like brake fluid where you have to go to a waste dump place and you have to dump it out that way. It can go down the sink easily enough. It's easy to clean from the sink counter, because sometimes the little paint flecks and stuff will fly off and go on the wall. But you just get a damp cloth and it'll come right off. Because I've had to do that a couple times. But a little bit more of a scrub. Got someplace to be, actually. So there you go. You can see the differences of when I first started this, and maybe a day or two more scrubbing and letting it soak. More of it will be able to come off. And yeah, so pine sol, I really would really suggest it. It works amazing for me. Although, like anyone else using different materials for their hobby, each one has a different experience, and so test it out. The bottle that I get is what I showed in my last video. It was about $10, maybe not even that, maybe about like $5. So it's not that expensive, and you get a lot of it. Just kind of wipe down the sink here. You get a decent amount, and I have the first bottle I use in that container that had the models in there for like a month. So you can definitely reuse it as many times as you want, and yeah, I really suggest it. So as you don't have to look at my floor anymore, just move up here in my little area. I'm gonna sign off because this is already going on for like 12 minutes or so. So this is my next batch of stuff I want to start taking the paint off of, and starting to strip them out, some Dark Angels, some tau, testing out some of the Forge World stuff, get that all repainted, and yeah, so hope to look forward to you guys in day 2. Again, this is day 1 of my 90-day challenge, and just documenting for 90 days straight, at least as best I can. And so any new viewers, please subscribe to see more, and